Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Speaks the State of our World on Friday, August 21st, 2020. Well, we still have the coronavirus with us. Yes. We have over 5 million cases in the U.S. and we have over, I don't know, 170,000 people who have passed away from this virus. So it is not a good situation at all, but that's what we have to deal with. We have to work with this. So if you want to uh, protect yourself, wear that mask, practice social distancing, only go out when you have to. I know we talk about this every day, but this is what we have to deal with because it's here. All right. Now, early this evening, the total confirmed cases in the U.S. is 5,634,627, and 176,235 people have passed away from this virus. That is a real tragedy because of a president and administration that did not take this seriously from the very beginning. The president did not cause the virus, but once it was here, it's his responsibility. He didn't institute national lockdown of the country, national quarantine of the country, national testing, national coordination with all the personal protective equipment needed by people, all the hospital equipment needed by people. He didn't do any of that stuff. And no national testing stream either, so you test everybody, no one tests positive, you trace their contacts, you quarantine that person, get them well, and if their contacts test positive, then isolate that person or persons, trace their contacts, and so on. We have to protect all the essential workers, they say, which is the grocery store workers, the truck drivers who deliver the products for us, veterans in veterans' homes, those living in assisted living homes, retirement homes, and nursing homes, those who don't have homes, the homeless, they live in shelters or they live on the street, those in prisons and jails, and detention centers who were seeking asylum here and who Trump locked up, put them in detention centers for very crowded conditions, made them susceptible to the virus. We also have to protect our first line responders, police, fire. We have to protect our healthcare workers. We have to protect our agricultural farm workers. All these people. We don't have a vaccine to prevent the virus. It'll be years before we have a vaccine if we want to have a safe vaccine. They are working on it, but it's going to take years. What would be nice if we had a cure, a treatment, and a cure, and we don't have that yet either. All those things take time. Now, if you want to protect yourself and others, only go out when you need to, wear that mask, practice social distancing. And remember, this virus is one of many viruses that exist in the world. The U.S. used to have a policy where they kept track of viruses, emerging viruses in various parts of the world, and developed treatments and cures for them, and vaccines if possible. But when Trump became president, he dismantled all of that. We also had detailed instructions of what to do when a pandemic or a virus occurs. Trump dismantled all that. So we have a president who doesn't believe in anything except himself. And we have an election coming up in November, so you have to vote. It's very important. Those who are elected are the ones who make decisions that affect your lives at every level, at the village, town, city, county, state, and at the federal level, of course. So you have to have to vote, make sure you're registered, get the information, all the candidates issues that be on your ballot, and vote by mail to be safe. And we also have a controversy with the post office because Trump and his administration is trying to destroy the post office. So that's being worked on. But mail ballot is the safest in this pandemic, this virus situation, just make sure you, once you get your ballot, fill it out right away and mail it in. All states, I believe, have systems in place where you could check on the internet if your ballot has been received and processed, etc. You can also call your local voting office and do that. Now, so it's very important to do this. Now, we still have an issue with children who were separated from their parents. They came here with their parents to seeking asylum, and the Border Patrol took the children, put them someplace else from their parents. They did not keep records of the names of the family members, the children, where the children went, where their parents went. And it's going to be hard to reunite all those people, but I think we can do it if we work hard at it. Now, that is really criminal to separate families. That's something that the Germans and the Nazis did in World War II. Also, it's something that I believe that Russia did under Stalin during, before and after World War II. They just put people into prisons. So it's definitely a bad situation. So we have to make it right, okay? Now, all right. That's something terrible that's going on. Also, no one should be forced to go back to work in a dangerous situation where they can get sick or die from this virus. Schools should remain closed until it's safe to do so. To reopen them. We need to get all the technology and equipment needed so students can learn virtually at home. There are a lot of wealthy people in this country who have made their fortunes based on the hard work of people, of their current and former employees. So I think those people, wealthy people, really have to step up and donate whatever is needed so we can have all students learning at home virtually with all the equipment and technology we need, with the internet being provided at high speed and at a fair price. Maybe free, because these internet service companies have like a real monopoly on this. So that's something that needs to be looked at. We also need to provide some kind of a living income for people who can't work because of the virus, so they can pay for their housing, their health care, and their food. That's really necessary. Now, the government, of course, can, give out money to people who need it, but they get the money from people paying their taxes, and if people aren't paying taxes, then there's not that much money available to give out. However, the government seems to always find money for tax breaks for the wealthy. Now, also, there's a taxes. There's an issue with making products here as opposed to overseas. So I think maybe as a result of this virus and having a shortage of personal protective equipment, hospital equipment, testing equipment, all kinds of stuff, that manufacturing is going to return here. Now, but people should be paid fairly, and union labor should be accepted. Now, we have countries that in the other parts of the world that are depending on us outsourcing jobs, our companies outsourcing jobs to them for cheap labor. And so if these companies stop hiring these foreign workers at their location overseas, then what becomes of them? So it's really a big problem. We are part of one world. We used to have a European Union, which united most, the European countries. And then they broke that up. Well, it broke up partly because Europe, the British decided they didn't want to be part of that anymore. And that created a real mess. They're still undoing all the entanglements that were created by being part of the European Union. Now they have to break that up and have enforced borders and all kinds of stuff. So that's something that really has to be looked at. Now, the budget of the U.S., the money that's spent in the U.S., a large part of that goes to the Pentagon for defense. Our Pentagon has enough weapons of all types, probably to kill all the people and all the creatures in the world many times over. Why do we need so much of that? So anyway, we have to really be smart and let's have a peaceful world. Let's all get along. Why can't we get along with each other? Why do we have to have hate and fear? And we have this election coming up, and we really have to vote, make sure we have a real democracy. And we also have to maintain our freedom of the press, freedom of assembly. So can't let anyone take those things away from us. So anyway, maybe now it might be time to have a little song. All right, you ready? Here we go. Uh-oh, hang on. Okay, there's a song called Island of Dreams, which was written by Tom Springfield of the Springfield folk group, where his sister was the lead singer at the time. So Island of Dreams is a nice song. I don't remember all the words. As usual, that's normal for me. So here goes. Let's see how it goes. All right. High in the sky is a bird on the wing. Please carry me with you, far, far away from the mad rushing crowd. Please carry me with you. Again I would wander where memories enfold me, there on the beautiful island of dreams. High in the sky is the bird on the wing. Please carry me with you. Okay, that's going to be it for this evening. Thank you for joining us this Friday evening, August 21st, 2020. Stay safe. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. And remember, hate and fear don't accomplish anything. George Floyd is a man who was murdered in Minnesota by a white police officer, and that has sparked protests all over the country, actually all over the world, against police brutality, against racism. So let's support kindness. Let's support policies and practices that treat everyone fairly. We're all God's creatures. No one is any better than anyone else. All right. Hope to see you back in tomorrow evening. Thanks for joining this evening. And remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night. Stay safe. Be well.